was mentioning how I was going to go get coffee because they offered me coffee because they're awesome human beings. And I said, oh, no, thank you. I'm going to go to Mighty-O on my way out because my car is parked there, and then get some donuts. And we were talking about vegan donuts. So this is new in the gardens. Like, I guess this is kind of like just a really cool circle space to be held for, Black voices, so that allies can listen, feel, and learn. So I guess when I'm not streaming, I'd love to try and check that out. But we were talking about Mighty-O, and one of them asked, oh, is Mighty-O completely vegan? And I was like, well, let me get on my soapbox for a short period of time. They are vegan donuts, but they're not a vegan company, if that makes sense. So they're kind of accidentally vegan. And anyways, that was me on my soapbox. Hey Danny, hey Jim. So then I gave a plug for one of my favorite small businesses in Seattle. Actually, let me think about this. They might be my favorite not 100% vegan business. So that business is Good Day Donuts in White Center. And they are amazing for so many reasons. One, they make fantastic vegan donuts on Sunday. I'll be going there to pick up my pre-ordered dozen in the next couple hours. Two, they're just amazing human beings. They're super friendly. They do tons of community shit. Sorry, I haven't had coffee, so my
policies in the tech world is your lane. But right now, we ain't working
stuff. They donate food to the community. They hold community events. When COVID's not going on, it's like a community space, to share ideas and whatnot. So if you live in Seattle and you are unfamiliar with Good Day Donuts in White Center, I highly recommend checking them out. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram. They've also got a website that they do pre-orders for. So Good Day Donuts, amazing donuts. Probably they are my favorite donuts in Seattle. They're also not super expensive, so you can get out of there with a dozen and not spend $30 like Mighty-O. And then they're just amazing human beings, which makes it so much easier, in my opinion, to support them. If you happen to be a little bit tight on money, if I've got $25 that I have budgeted to spend on, miscellaneous stuff, I'd much rather spend it somewhere like Good Day Donuts than anywhere else. Yep, Ethan, that is basically what my day is going to look like. I think I'm going to have only donuts and coffee before 1 p.m. today. So, if you didn't see my other live, is real quick. Hey Victoria, hey Kat. But I woke up. I've slowly been making contacts, both here at shop and in the movement. And there was an incident that occurred last night, which I will just let you watch the live for. It's super short. But some folks reached out to me and said they would like to get the message out, and they would like me to share the message. So I feel pretty, I guess, blessed that there's people here that trust me to share their story, being objective. So yeah, check that out. It's like a minute and 15 seconds long, so I'm not even gonna really bother summarizing it. I think it's more important to just watch that. All my stuff is still drying out. My rig is mostly dry. Good news, the power bank that I borrowed from one of my good coworker friends is still working. But for whatever reason, this power bank does not work with with my adapter, so I can't use the mic and power bank at the same time. Not a problem right now, but I'll have to figure it out in the future. Or it could be my iPhone cable. I don't know. So many variables. But the Dead Cat, quote Dead Cat, mic covering. I don't even know what you call it. I'm not a sound person. Also not a camera person. Let's get that clear. That is still just drenched. So, hopefully that'll dry out pretty soon, and I can make use of it. Make use of it for the rest of the day, but we shall see. That SUV? I was watching a live from Portland, Oregon, and the police got caught kneeling on trans man's neck again. Jeez. Brutal. I was watching Eric's feed, and it seems like he's still having troubles with his GoPro stuff. Like, they keep fritzing out, and maybe not saving the media, like saving media or whatever. That sucks, because I think he's been dealing with that for like 4 or 5 days. So, if you guys are interested in Portland stuff, Eric Greatwood on Facebook is a fantastic streamer. I was watching him before I started streaming. I think you spell his last name Great, like the word great. So Great Wood. We're also friends on Facebook, so if you're interested, you can find him as a friend on my page. Oh, that was a motorcycle, it looks like. Thought there was maybe a bike, but so, gentleman down there just spun out on his motorcycle, maybe taking the turn. Looks like he's okay, but and there's people down there. Another new or semi-new development, as you can see in the bright green hats. Legal observers are back. There were a bunch of them this morning, like maybe 10 to 15, and they wouldn't talk on camera. They wouldn't make a comment. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're here for the right reasons, but it's hard to not be a little skeptical of people that you haven't made rapport with. So, yeah, you bet, Robert. I've been trying to follow Portland as much as I can when I'm not streaming here. Victoria, I'm guessing you're talking about the memorial over here. I'm gonna go check it out. I mean, it looks like it's still here, but I honestly haven't looked at the ground part in quite some time. So, I'm glad it's not raining right now. Last night was fun with air quotes around it. But, you know, it was cool to be out there. I really liked that march. The Black Femme march. I like what they have to say. They're very clear and concise. So Memorial still seems to be there. I mean, some things have probably moved. But most of it is still intact. There was, so besides the waking up to a couple messages about wanting me to cover what was going on, there were reports that SDOT was going to come in here at 8 a.m. That was not the case. I haven't really seen any SDOT city workers or even police in the area. So apparently there's a meeting at 5 p.m. Trying to keep up on all this stuff. I believe there is a And if someone can kind of check me on this that's watching, I think I'm on the sidewalk. I'm not getting your face. Promise. Yep, you bet. It's concrete reporting right now. Yeah. Have a good one. So I think there's like a Starbucks type march protest at 11 a.m. this morning. I believe that's at Georgetown. I might actually be driving by there around that time because I've got some errands to run today before I really get heavy into streaming. So maybe I'll check that out. There's a march in, I think, Magnuson or Madison Park maybe. And then there is the meeting that I just showed, community meeting, and then 7 p.m. FemLed march. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So there's some sort of news crew here. I can't see what camera it is, but looks like people are not interested in having them cover. Okay, so the 2 or 5 p.m. thing maybe is Magnuson. I'm gonna go get up there and see if we can figure out who this is. Magnuson for sure. See if we can figure out what media outlet this is with. Trying to get in here. It's Fox.
Kicking us out?
No, they're just using us because they don't care about us.
Yeah, there you go.
No, you're not allowed here. You got kicked out before, you will now. Out! Yeah.
Gentlemen, please, ladies, please, if I may, I've been waiting weeks, please, let me get a moment. I've been waiting.
I'm live. It's a Fox News crew. So, unlike I don't want to say the real Fox. My last name is Fox, so people keep saying that I should be the real Fox News, but I don't want to do that. Yeah. Is he with Fox News? So there's it's all 4 of them.
Nobody will log on here, okay? It's the false copy.
Yeah, outside the barrier maybe would be fine, or yeah, not with cameras rolling.
We cannot say that all.
And then you're gonna superimpose someone with an AR-15 on there too? I mean, come on. How the hell are they supposed to believe you guys? You've already been caught in your bullshit like multiple times. You don't have a response to that, do you? Okay, so then let's get someone to answer that question. You just here to fucking strong arm people or what? I've been here for fucking 3 weeks. Don't tell me I don't know what's going on. It's been happening to me too, and you know what? Yeah, except people trust me because I'm not a fucking piece of shit. Exactly. You've been caught in the web of lies multiple times. All right, so give me your card and I'll upload it. You give me your footage, I'll upload it. Ben, I'm unsure if this is, I think it's national Fox News. There isn't anything that says Q13 on there. But they, you know, the actual videographer won't answer my questions, and it's just the like pseudo security guards that are talking. Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm almost positive.
That would be the number one. Because individuals like this is a circumstance. Stay away from the camera so you don't want to get fit. Okay.
No, everyone here is a resident of Wilson.
Hold it! Knock it out! I'm backing out! Hold it!
It is state required.
Let's go back together. Because I can spare half an hour. Half an hour? We got a revolution. We're more than half an hour.
Oh yeah, they aren't going off camera, that's for sure.
Back out!
Yep, they are. Oh, of course they are.
How about your phone? We have some ground rules we're following.
We do, I know. I'm just asking you to move along. The issue is, this is where you're trying to get.
No, they're actually walking away from the nonsense. Okay. We're trying to do things that are just normal.
Walk out.
Walk out. Not my fault.
Half an hour. Half an hour. Half an hour.
Yeah.
Right now, we're not going to literally, you can't roll.
Yeah, but that's the... How do you not see that that's the problem?
We will have that later, but unfortunately, we get attacked when we're here.
And I'm...
We protected you.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Do you guys want to be on camera? Do you care? Yeah. So what did you guys just do about a minute ago?
Protected Fox News.
Yes. So and how many times are you going to throw up later today after you did that? Yeah.
Alright, so our next line of action is the tensions in the back and the people in the park are going to come for a peaceful sitting. Right now we're trying to decide what we are going to do with the art because it's Seattle's historical art.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous to need 3 security guards for 1 cameraman. Nice. I like that. I need to get a GoPro that I can rock on my chest.
these guys know that if there's one news organization that should not be here, it is absolutely them. Good. What brings you guys out here today?
Todd, I'm working with someone who's got a GoPro,
Working?
I think 5 or something. So
Is it just you two today?
I'm working on getting that.
Just you two?
Yeah, there's no
kind of outfit on my shoulder, outfit on my chest.
camera and security.
Camera and security. So is he the security?
He's camera.
So where's your security guy? In the truck already?
This is the security guy.
Oh, you're the security guy.
Yep.
Oh, I thought I saw a third person.
You probably do.
You might run the other security guy.
So you have two security?
Is that okay?
I don't have a problem with whatever you do, but I don't know why you're out here.
Probably because this is national news.
You know why I'm asking that, though. Well, if you watch news,
I was supposed to be fishing today.
is that... am I supposed to sort of, like, show you empathy for that, or...
No, I'm just doing a job is all it is. It's very simple.
Yeah. You know who else is doing a job?
You guys.
Seattle Police Department. They say that shit every day. Just doing their job.
No,
Thought about quitting your job?
People here are doing their jobs.
Have you thought about quitting your job?
No.
No? How long you been with Fox?
I'm a freelancer, so I work for all your favorites and you're not.
Name some of my favorites.
Whoever it is you favor, I've probably worked for.
Why are you representing Fox? Why are you working for Fox?
Because they're paying me today, and then tomorrow I work for somebody else.
Do you just work for Fox then?
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, go ahead and
CBS
repeat
last
it.
week.
Go ahead and repeat it. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I worked for CBS last week. Is that okay?
I don't know. What would you say you split your hours to Fox to?
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Nobody wants any problems.
Well,
Everybody should be able to do their own thing and not get hassled for it.
I generally agree with that, but Fox News has really been unfair here. Okay, so you guys are going back in now? So they're not leaving. I honestly didn't think they were. I was like, these guys aren't just going to get a shot and leave.
No, fuck that dude. No, you can't come in.
No, they're gonna have a hard
Fuck
time
you.
coming in.
All you.
This man right
No.
here,
That guy especially. That motherfucker right there.
He
Oh, we own you.
threatened him because
We
he's
all own
schizophrenic.
you.
You threatened him, and you know he's schizophrenic. You dumb fuck. And you said he's the first one to get fucked up. You because you're so. Yes, you did. We have it on camera, bro.
Yep, they definitely will try and say it was an angry mob. Yeah, we know. Yep. Sketch as fuck.
That tattoo on his face, he's not fucking allowed in here. Just that man right there. Because you're going to threaten black people, bro, and think it's cool. You're not fucking allowed in here.
Can we talk to stupid people?
Who?
What?
That's not accurate. There is no man. He's not coming in here, bro.
No, is there part of the team?
So just a moment ago, they said there's only 2 of them, but we know that there's at least 3, and there's the other 2 right there.
Say something.
Sure you want to tell us your song?
His race doesn't make him not racist, for fuck's sake. That's the dumbest argument. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, someone out here.
Yeah, did you guys bring your Photoshop tools with you? Did you bring Photoshop?
Make sure that this gets shared. Link this, share this. Yeah, they're gonna edit the shit out of it for sure.
I know Brad's watching them, but
yeah.
well, your van's right there. So how far do you think we're gonna follow you?
I'm asking.
Well, I'm asking, are you leaving out of your van right now?
We
Have
left
a
the
little
top
bit of
area like
respect.
everyone asked.
They just
okay?
asked you guys to have.
No, actually, you just went back
basically
in.
told them to fuck
Those
off.
two
Have a
did.
little bit of where they wanted to.
Nobody else
They
went
just
in.
asked you guys. To
Those
have
guys
respect.
actually just told me that they were done.
No, we worked it out with
to.
we worked out
Well,
with
you
the
keep
people, and they
spinning.
said that we can film.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they
This
came
is
back
gonna
and said
go
that we
out all
can't
over
do
the
that.
place. Okay, so well, you keep spinning.
You have it on
Yeah,
your
I know it will.
Yeah,
This is gonna go out all over the place. So
I guarantee ours will.
yeah, I know it will, and you'll spin the shit out of it. Make sure your buddy in black gets some therapy so he doesn't fuck someone up. Make sure your buddy in black gets some therapy so he doesn't fuck someone up. Pacing around. He literally can't. He cannot control himself. He just wants to mess someone up so bad. Pacing around. He literally can't. He cannot control himself. He just wants to mess someone up so bad.
They don't want to leave. Like, I would say that they would definitely be leaving if they wanted to leave or if they planned on leaving. It seems like they're just going to hang out in this van for a while or something. Or are they? I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Fox News.
Fox News.
Fox News.
Well, if this van takes off and leaves his buddies, then we're... I don't know what this is about. Seems like the smart one left.
What's going on? Yep. What's going on?
Soaking up the Sunday morning.
Just got some friendly Fox News folks that just want to tell the real story, is what they say.
Fox News folks?
Yep.
Are the local Fox News or
They're national, is what they say, but they won't give any identification.
Well, we're kind of trying to make sure that
It'd be cool if they were left alone too.
you know. Well, we're kind of trying to make sure that
It'd be cool if they were left. I'm standing right here.
You were standing right there when we were standing.
Yep, I'm not going any farther, so why don't you guys go home like you're saying earlier? I'm standing right here.
What?
You keep walking. Why are you coming back this
Why
way?
didn't you guys get in the van that just left? Why didn't you get in the van that just left?
That's not. He's a private guy. He's not even.
He's not here to save your ass. So you guys were just ditched. Like the smart one just left, but you guys are still here.
You guys are policing the shit out of here. You guys are worse than them.
No, that's not true.
This part of the story has to be told.
Bro, we don't need Fox News to tell any story down here. No one wants Fox News down here.
Tell people what they get to tell them.
You're out of the top zone.
Are you have the audacity to say that when you sit here and tell lies on people?
We're not telling anybody.
I haven't told anybody.
You guys work for a lying ass fucking company.
That's your
What
opinion.
do you mean?
It's not an opinion. You can fucking Google it.
Everybody knows. And then you guys
Fox News retracted what they had put out there
That was
regarding
local.
those
That
Photoshop.
was local.
What do you mean local?
No, that
I don't
was-
give a shit.
No, that was.
It's a Photoshop, but the guy really exists, and the place exists.
Oh, so if you
So they were
Photoshop multiple
combined.
images together, that makes it truth. Is that what you're saying?
Doesn't make it true.
Are you with Fox News?
I live here. So.
Okay, so why are you defending them putting up fake media?
I'm not defending any of this shit down here. These guys can defend themselves.
Okay, well, why are you defending them then? You just told me that legitimized the image.
I didn't say it legitimized. You put words in my mouth.
Okay, well then tell me exactly what you just said then. Go ahead and repeat it.
I told you the person in the photo is real.
The person in the photo is real, except the rest of the photo is not.
The background is real. The rest of the photo is real.
How many Photoshop photos did you see?
I saw one Photoshopped photo.
You saw one. Well, I can tell you
there were two real photos.
I can tell you for a fact that I know that Fox News Photoshopped that person at least 2 times with 2 different backgrounds. Not only that, but they did 2 backgrounds combined with each other.
I don't think it really matters. It's irrelevant.
You don't think fake shit really matters?
I think the fact that these guys are all armed down here and occupying this illegally occupying this area, that's the real story here.
Okay, not the fake shit that news media is putting out.
Fake news is news, but the truth is down here, and it's bad. This shit down here is bad.
There's
no excuse for it.
Look, Fox. A lot of people don't like Fox, right? There's that. But when they Photoshop the images, that pushed people over the edge. That's enough.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? So what was it then?
It's the same news issue all the time. It didn't push people over the edge.
You see other news agencies photoshopping photos.
It didn't push me over the edge.
You're standing out here defending Fox News, so I don't know what it takes to put you over the edge, to be honest.
You're an insect. You seem rational.
Okay. If you have something to say, go for it. But otherwise, you're defending Fox News and their Photoshop work.
I don't defend illegal occupation, so thanks for playing.
Okay.
What was going to happen if the Department of Transportation came in here today and tried to take care of it?
Well,
That's all I wanted to get.
I know that we can't speak for anybody inside.
And you know what? That gives you an official response.
But why would we
now
give
we
you that
can't.
kind of
now we don't have an official
though?
response because
if we give you that
all we can say
then
is that we were pushed out and that we could not get your response to that.
The whole point is being like, we don't want the cops to know what we're planning on doing.
Well, then for operational security, I understand that. But you had someone that wanted to talk.
Or somebody that was willing to talk to us wasn't necessarily going to be answering questions that they can't answer. We were trying to have a dialogue. That's all. We were setting up and that's how we hear your guys' side of things.
For sure.
Do you want? I mean, that we're
don't
not.
Take it personally. Please don't take it personally.
I mean, I'm not taking it personally. It's just extremely.
Associated with. That's who we are against. It's Fox
Well, then you can give that opinion though. You can put your opinion out there.
But you're associated with them. You're gonna go back. And
I'm saying we were giving you a voice. We were giving you guys a voice. That's all.
You have a voice. Yeah, we have a voice. It's a fake
We're giving you a voice with the people who watch our channel.
But you don't get to choose. You just said
No one cares who watches your channel.
You look like a fool.
I know. You just got done saying
You said I don't have to answer your question at
When you
least
asked
3
if I was on
times.
stage.
At least 3 times on camera.
I'm not telling you what I'm going to be doing.
I can't tell on here.
Okay.
So we're not telling you what
Exactly.
All right, this is one thing I'm
love how
going
you're
to say,
trying
guys.
to
This
spin
is
this
one thing
shit
I'm
all
saying.
the time.
This is one thing I'm saying in front of all the cameras. You guys, you, who know
The other
this
guy
man?
went that way.
All right. I don't know this man. I guess you're with us or something.
I look like a
that.
cop, like
No,
that.
no, it's fine, bro. And your friend and your camera crew will not even step a foot behind that barricade. And you know, call the cops if you want, but you guys can't
You know
come
what?
back there.
We're going to leave for the day.
All right.
Thank you.
Forever, guys.
All right. Thank you.
If they say they're going to leave, then let's just let it roll then.
Yeah, no, I'm not moving.
That's fine. I'm fine with them leaving. That's exactly what we need.
No.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Like you will cut anything that doesn't fit your narrative out of that video.
Exactly.
I have no idea.
You can suck my fucking dick.
All
You're a
right,
tool
so
of
we
the
can catch
oppressor.
everyone up. What we got here is
Okay, so they're not.
are with Fox News.
They're not exactly
scared that we're
leaving.
gonna
TV,
find out
and
what
their
part
idea
of the
was that they were going to come in and get an idea.
I thought you were leaving.
What's happening?
You just told us you were leaving. We're standing here because we thought you were leaving. Now he's just not answering questions. Okay, he doesn't look like he's leaving. And
No, the other dude in the black who's just
No,
down
no, not at all. Trust me, I
walked
wouldn't
down
fuck
and
around
got
with
picked
that.
up by the
Oh, look,
blue
there's that van again.
Yeah.
There's that van again.
That van,
That
got the
van.
plates. He walked down and got picked up by the camera.
You guys can circle it. The guy in the blue van.
As long as they stay out of chop, guys, you know what I mean? That's all we care about. We do not need people like that in chop redirecting our messages And I love that you guys are down here watching it.
So what we got is behind me.
Awesome.
I've said it a couple
Awesome.
times when we had some issues with our stream. For everyone that's watching us, so you got Fox Media guys behind us, and it's funny because one of the things that they said to Brad over here, who's been an avid streamer, he's been definitely out there broadcasting everything from the jump. You're the problem. And you guys are telling your own story.
You know, they fund them by 50%. You can't give us shit.
Which is giving
To the governor and the mayor, you want us to trust
everything
you?
going on inside
Fucking
inside.
show us.
And to all the people
Somebody
that
says
were
this is
you guys
someone's
have to be
dying.
sick or fucked up in the head to watch a video of a man dying and have a problem with people out here protesting every day for their rights and justice.
And let's not forget our military. Michael Aquino, lead military, human trafficker, a devil worshiper. You want me to send my son to the military knowing there's KKK clans, human traffickers in there? We're changing everything.
The whole system.
Fuck the system.
Fuck the system.
Change the fucking flag. We've had 12 presidents that owned slaves, and the fourth one not. But all the other 12 all owned slaves, meaning that color, that flag, that constitution wasn't made for us.
It's bullshit.
We need some new shit.
That's why I burned the flag.
Burn that bitch.
That's why you burned the flag.
They're never going to be allowed to step foot inside the shop. And that's where it comes inside. And right now, they said
Alright, how's sound, guys? Sorry, apparently my mic got unplugged at some point. Yeah, I mean, I'm an honest person. I'm not moving. But I'm also not taking the camera off them until they actually leave. Which I don't believe that they're going to. Rob Herman, goodbye. And... Alright, y'all, good that sound is better now. Oh, Rob, you already got blocked. Yeah, that makes sense. So, the kind of Sprinter-like van took off with camera operator and I don't even know how I want to describe him. The dude that literally just wants to rile everything up. You could literally tell he was just fuming. He was foaming at the mouth, just wanting for something to go down. Just walking around because he couldn't release his anger with his fists. And now we're following two of the other members of the crew. One of them went into, I don't know the name of this building. Oh, quick pause for the Shiba. Everyone look at the Shiba. Shibas are the greatest dogs in the world. Very cute. Very cute. Very cute.
Where you come from?
Like, the plates aren't gonna be good. Yeah, darn it. I think you guys' comments are a little bit late, so I unplugged the mic. Hopefully it's better.
Claim to own and occupy the area and use it for their own interest and use that leverage.
I told them I was not moving any further, but they said they were going to leave. Geez, that was 30 minutes ago.
They're pro bono. They're working out here, volunteer because they know people.
Oh, okay.
So either way,
Yeah.
we've got
They were here to protect
right. This area,
businesses and residents.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the owner of one of the security companies, and we've been volunteering out here pretty heavily.
Oh, really?
And all of our guys have been volunteering as well.
Are they all wearing like
it's various,
gear, or are they?
Sometimes they are, depending on what depending on like after the shootings, they were for sure. Some people are working in plain clothes, but yeah, we're here to support the community, and it's like I said, Americans shouldn't be getting kicked out of America. Americans shouldn't feel unsafe in their own homes. They should be. I mean, the government's supposed to be here to protect them. The police are supposed to be here to protect them, and they've completely abandoned the people here. And so, if it's going to be left to private citizens, then
I know exactly why we started the lawsuit. The community residents, as well as
one of the residents. I'm sorry.
You got kicked out.
Thank you for letting me. Hey, thanks for talking. No problem. Take care. Enjoy. So, you were saying though with the lawsuit, we're curious about that. A lot of people are very curious about the lawsuit.
The same reason the business.
You think? Yeah. Catch you there. Thanks for taking time.
That's the same reason the businesses and the residential buildings signed on to a lawsuit that was started against the city to hold the mayor and the city accountable for the fact that they're not allowing law enforcement to be in here. So they basically left us to fend for ourselves.
What do you feel about the blockades and all of that? Do you feel like that was a smart compromise for the city to make to bring those in?
From day one, it seems like that agreement went pushed to the side because the folks that felt that they were not at the negotiation table when that took place with the city, the fire department, the city utilities, SDOT, they decided the next day they were absolutely going to just put barriers where they wanted to, additional barriers.
Right.
And if you notice today, they've moved the concrete barriers. They've added 3 down here that were off to the side, and they've moved them into the street. So the agreed option that they negotiated with the city was to allow one-way traffic through 12th from Pike all the way through here. Well, now there's 3 cement barricades that they've got on the sides of the fire truck.
Those must have just been put in because they weren't here the other day.
Last night, somebody pulled them off from the side and moved them into the road. So
did they do that by themselves, or was it a truck?
They must have done it with the truck.
Because those things are not light. Those are massive.
They're 2-ton barricades.
Yeah. Now, we did see that there was... They originally said that was so they could have emergency vehicles come in, and they'd add egress, right?
I personally feel that they're negotiating with these people from an emergency standpoint and safety because there's nothing else they have to talk about and agree upon. So they're going, we're trying to get onto your sentimental side and going, feel for us, we need this. But in a lot of ways, it's all that they're expecting at this point. Like, can you give us the bare minimum to save our own people in a bad situation? And it will help you as well.
Yeah. One of the things that someone had said was that from a negotiation standpoint, it almost looks like they gave a lot up front just so they'd have the ability to take it back down the line when the real negotiation started up, which is coming back in. And they're like, oh, well, we're just going to leave some barricades around the police station and we're going to take these extras, which is funny because they're going to leave the police station barricaded, fortified, and then move the extra barricades. So it's all very odd how the entire plan came together. Just has not made much sense to anybody.
I don't know the complete details around that.
I don't think anybody does. There hasn't been a lot of linear thought.
It's smoky rooms, back rooms, what have you.
Right.
But at the same time, they were supposed to come out here and move the barriers today, if you've heard. So the mayor saying that the city would be out moving barriers today, but there would be no police presence. So we know nothing's going to happen, basically.
Well, yeah, I mean, we saw what happened when the bulldozers came out. You know, that they weren't allowed to come in and take the barricades, the barriers. So, as a resident here, would you say? I mean, you've made it very clear how you feel about this.
I've been in a lot of threatening situations. This is when you've got an armed occupying force sitting out a block from your house. Mm-hmm. How would you feel?
Oh, we were talking about that on the way in, but I think we had some technical difficulties. Is we're able to come and catch what's happening and then leave.
I can come and leave as well, but my property's here.
But you did right.
Donation.
Which,
what point is the city going to come in and say, reclaim this area?
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, they've made a lot of statements saying that they are going to allow access and reopen the area so that the community can reclaim it, but we haven't seen that.
With the lawsuit, is that part of what's going to happen?
That is asking that they reopen and take responsibility responsibility and allow the police to reoccupy them.
Okay. Yeah, we have a question. We have so we're running live, so we have a lot of people that are going to be doing this.
Do you feel that the people that are here now are representative of the BLM movement, or the people that were here in the beginning, or has it changed? Would you say?
I can't tell, to be honest with you. Every time something bad goes down, they hype up and start claiming BLM, but it seems to be
the entrances real quick. Yeah, Sandra. I mean, bullies is just a better word to use. So. Yeah, I think he's a resident of that apartment building. But I'm just gonna do a loop around to see if I can spot that that white SUV. And then I'm gonna go get some donuts maybe. What time is it? Jesus, it's already almost 9:30. Head back that way. Maybe the van.
Protest after 3 weeks.
What do you think would have been an appropriate amount of time? Like, when should they have called the party off and, packed up the speakers and gone home?
When they realize that they've got a message, they take the message and do the best to make that message happen. But you can't take a neighborhood hostage and beat them over the head with a message. They're not going to be susceptible after a while.
That's very true. I mean, and I think we've heard people say like it's just collateral damage in the bigger movement, and we've heard a lot of things. But I also did hear, like I said, I can't agree with everything that I see, but there were some people that are up from San Francisco to join the protest, and on Bullhorn they were screaming at people, and they were saying, we don't care if we have to burn this city down, our demands will be met. And my immediate thought, being a resident, was like, well, burn San Francisco down. Don't come to Seattle. I mean, you drove 12 hours to get here. You don't need to light a torch here. Like,
these are great notions when it's somebody else's property and livelihoods.
Right.
Because if you're sacrificing someone else's life and liberties, then and for your own just cause, then what does that make you?
And like I said, I support the BLM movement.
I mean, I've shared it with. I don't know if I've shared it on stream, but I've shared it with a bunch of close friends. Like, I suffer from depression and anxiety, like many of us do, and. When the protests happened, I was at home, like, just feeling depressed as shit because 2020 has just been terrible, and just doing a whole lot of nothing except walking my foster dog and like eating once a day and just not in a good mental space. And then I started watching streams, and I figured out what Twitch was, and hopped onto Small Gamer and stuff like that, and was just watching everything that went down. And like, it feels a little crappy to say this, but like, this whole situation kind of just snapped me out of that depression, and I was like, I just have to get out there. I have to, like, this is something that I can do. I kind of know how to produce, like, how to make things look good on camera, because that's what I do for my job. And I'm like, I just got to get out there and share what's going on. These ones?
Yeah. Okay. Did you know that?
Oh, is that what he tweeted? I got an alert, but I haven't been able to check. So.
I just spoke with him now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. So I guess Judkin said that that's the negotiator.
Who said that?
The mayor.
Oh, Durkin. Yeah. That's okay. Okay, so one of the other streamers down here was just saying that tweet, Victoria, that you sent, but like the barricades down there, the barricades there, and the barricades there may be removed, but we're gonna keep the barricades there and around there. So you didn't see that car at all, did you? Okay. Yeah, the plywood is what is painted for the.
You get, of course you do. Yeah, it's Tony. Yeah. I mean, no, you do. If you stay too long, you'll get the fuck burn out of you. But you just have to keep walking.
That's it. That was my joke. None of my colleagues like me joking. Is it bad that I'm?
No,
I'm funny. Is that like I'm?
Hey, you need something you can.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe your friends do.
But
all right. I just got an inspection for
Well, it's been cooling all day and night.
Can't wait till how Fox News tries to spin this one, right?
Let's make a whole big line that we can run
I'm standing in front of like one. I was actually not going to go. I know some people just don't want to film, trying to be cautious. He's stealing the show.
We're watching. Come on, we're better than
Someone's not happy about it. I mean, I get it. You know, it's representation. Oh, there's Amari.
But he was also, as it turned out, we put that one up right away. They were giving him milk. He had problems with but it turned out he also had allergies to soy sugar. So all of the dairy substitutes, right? They're like soy milk or they're sweet evaporated KG. So none of the dairy substitutes are working for him. So
Hey, the best media in the world is right here. Rosa, my God, the best media in the world is right there. You did such a great job.
It's kind of interesting how basically everyone's up here, up a block. Normally it's down one block. So I guess it's because they're closer to the precinct now. And there's a ton more tents all around the precinct than there were before. Let's take a look down this road real quick and see if Fox News actually left. If they stayed left. See anything down there?
Sure, it's Capitol Hill. It's Capitol Hill Society.
Okay, I'm gonna head back down towards the park.
I gotta get out of here. I'm sorry, I just like.
Alleyway's still pretty well blocked off. Probably a good thing. I I think I was privileged to go down there when I did. Because people were looking at me. That wasn't today, that was a week or two ago. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how it's, all the action is up the road right now. But that makes sense. Identification and tracking. It's just, I'm just saying as a word of advice. If you cover up your plates, people might notice. And then you might end up being an internet rumor. Looks like we got the observers down here. You know, there's really not much going on down here. I knew that before we went down, but I like checking out the outlying areas a little bit. You never know what you're going to see. I know not to film just ahead, so no worries there. I respectfully took a look earlier. Feel bad for the observers because, as Brad pointed out earlier, there's a lot of them. This was the most I've ever seen, and even before this was Chop, basically, before it was Chaz, at the front lines at the gate where the Seattle Police Department was still throwing flashbangs and still pepper spraying people. The observers were there, but there was only like 2 of them. So it is kind of interesting that at least, I would say at least 7 of them showed up today. I would have to say it's probably because, as we've all heard, there's an expectation of barriers to be taken down today. Now here's what I can say about that. Most of you probably didn't catch this. I was up on 13th, and there was an SDOT truck up there, and he was looking down the roads, just kind of looking. But that's the only DOT truck I've seen, and I didn't follow him or nothing. I just kind of noticed him, posted about it real quick. Walked down the road, didn't take video or anything. Didn't see where he went. Don't really care. But they were here. One guy at least in a full DOT truck, not just some random unequipped truck. It was the full deal, but nothing. I think they just wanted to take a look. So anyway, I'm probably we're gonna end this actually for now and come back later. I'm just gonna take a break. I'm trying to take it easy today a little bit. I'm going to March later too, so you know what? I'm gonna look at questions real quick before I do that. Questions and comments. I'm gonna go to a spot where I can do that. Okay, so you've got a question, I'm going to be looking at comments in just a moment here. So shoot it to me. If you say stupid shit, you're not going to get a reply. Okay, just take it easy here. See what type of stupid shit people are saying. Give me a second here. Okay.
So they said the community would then police it. And I mean, is that policing? I don't think so. I think that if you're going to commit a crime, you should probably, do the time. I mean, that's just, and you see a lot of those comments, like, the police will stop arresting you if you stop breaking the law. And you hear that a lot, but it is really being pushed against right now. So we're heading back into the CHOP right now. We're on the corner of 12th and Pine, which is where this guy was talking about, this resident down here. You want to keep up, man? These barricades out here have been flipped and rolled into the street or drug into the street by a truck or some method was taken, because these things are 2 tons, these blockades. But these ones in the middle of the road out here weren't here yesterday. They were put out here today. And you can see sitting on the top, if you come over here with me, watch out, it's part of the old chain link that was here. You've got the tops of the blockades, which are the rebar inserts that they use for hoisting these blockades and moving them out of here. These have been sawed off, a lot of these, to avoid them being removed, the blockades. So it's in your pocket. Yep, your glasses are on the ground. We're getting there.
I'm managing the comments and stuff like that, so don't worry about me.
Okay. Are you sure? Okay. Okay, good. So now we're back on 12th and Pine. You've got 12th Precinct back here. As always, it's still under, heavy occupation as far as the exterior. There's nobody inside 12th Precinct. We need to make that clear. So the police pulled out. Nobody's actually inside of the precinct right now, occupying and running the precinct. So what you've got right now is, there's like 2 halves of the CHOP right now. We've got Cal Anderson in the park. We got kind of the tent city. That's been everyone that's been kind of running, moderating a lot of the installations that you've seen here, which have been like the donation station, the No Cop shop. I'm sure you saw that on the other streams. So people that have been here donating food and time, they've been kind of staying in the park. What happened was they said that the park was in no trespassing as of 2 p.m. on Friday. So you had a huge amount of people that had kind of made their way from the park over here to the 12th Precinct on the other side of these barricades. Now, these barricades are the ones they talked about. SDOT was going to come in on Friday morning and remove, but they were met with a lot of resistance when it came down to the protesters laid down in front of the bulldozers, and they didn't allow them to take them. So they pulled back. They made more negotiation about when they were going to come in and how they were going to come in, what they were going to take, and when they were going to take the barricades. But again, today was one of those days, yesterday, but so far nothing's changed other than the folks here have dug in even more, and from the conversations we've had have made it very clear that the only way that they're leaving is by force. So, and I had to be clear, like, I hope you realize that when force meets force, they have a much bigger, stronger force. So it's going to be hard for a Gary Ridgway tent to stand up against an armored vehicle. So like that gentleman just said, it's not going to end well. This isn't going to end peacefully. So as you watch, this is very, very calm for what you're going to see in the coming 72 hours as the police decide they're going to take back what you're seeing behind me is the 12th Precinct. And while it may look bad from the outside, the inside, I'm assuming, is pretty unmolested because no one's been inside of the precinct. So you've had the donation station It's kind of moved around the side of the building, and these are like the last holdouts, you know, as far as it goes. This is the last. Okay, like, you pick the hill you want to die on, and I suppose that you have to know that it's not going to end well, and this is where they've chosen to take that stand. So you still see the protests and the marches. They start here 8 o'clock. They make their way down to the West Precinct. They go from there back up.
Totally understand. Okay, yeah. Sure. Yeah, that works. All right, so I'm gonna I turn the camera around so that you can see that it's facing this way. So I'm gonna selfie style, and I've got 2 folks here that just within the past month moved in the area, and I'm just gonna try and get their temperature on the situation. So you guys said you are from Seattle, so you moved from Seattle to the area. Okay. Okay. So they wanted to move closer to Capitol Hill because that's where a lot of their close friends were. And so a month ago, you were here before everything started, correct? Just for a brief couple of days, probably. All the time. Okay. Okay. So they're super familiar with Cal Anderson Park, which is where I'm standing and where, you know, you've seen me multiple times. So just, you know, like 30,000 viewpoint, what would you say changed being a resident in the area from moving in pre the CHOP to post CHOP, if you can summarize?
Slightly uncomfortable and knowing that you need to be smart about when it wants to actually go out drinking.
Okay. Yeah. PTSD. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Probably most tolerant area, arguably in the world. And inclusion.
About, you know, fighting for social justice and the rights of everybody, and to encourage everything against them, we don't feel like, you know, we belong in our own neighborhood.
Okay.
I think that's counterproductive to what we're trying to do.
But on the same token, I feel part of me delighted because it's working.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So to just back up real quick, I'm just gonna summarize, and you can then say that you agree or disagree. You would say that you are in full support of the movement, but you feel that the situation of CHOP has possibly made you feel disenfranchised from it, and maybe even slightly less passionate about the movement, maybe? Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to give my personal commentary, and I totally, I think it's, I haven't interviewed yet anyone who lives in the area, so I really appreciate you guys talking to me. I've lived in Seattle for 12 years. I also spend a fair amount of time here because many of my friends live on Capitol Hill. And before COVID, I used to play soccer here all the time. So I've actually felt as safe as I ever have here. So I'd be interested in hearing, like, if you're comfortable, you know, the reasons why you, some of the things that you have seen or reasons why you feel like you've changed, feeling less safe in the area. I totally agree with the night part. The vibe definitely changes once it goes dark. I realize, you know, a lot of my friends and viewers out there are always like, be safe, be safe, be safe. And I say, look, I know what I'm doing. Please trust me. I'm not going to put myself in a situation that I feel uncomfortable or feel unsafe. But is there anything, you know, a specific or general examples that you can think of that made that switch from like, okay, we felt safe in the area to now we feel less safe?
Yeah, easily. Flashes, like maybe crowds going tight.
Okay. Okay.
And of course the other side, even during the day, the cars that would maybe potentially run into crowds to fight against
The smoke on the corner.
Yeah. Okay.
that level.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I know,
Uh-huh.
so one of our dog friends has had guns pulled on her
Okay.
multiple times.
I've had a gun brandished on me before, so I understand that.
At that
Yeah.
point, everyone dogpiled, and apparently when they did that on the medic, my bro, he was carrying bear mace around, and it apparently exploded.
There's a lot of apparentlys.
I don't know what the whole details is, but he's saying it exploded. Other people are saying he used it on people, but all factors is people got bear maced.
Yeah. And they are not bears, for the record. Boom, that's a fact.
So it's lethal to humans.
Sure.
It could make us go blind.
It could, yeah.
Because it's bear mace. It's
It's
strong.
it is. It is. And
even while it was raining.
bears are strong animals. So
Yeah.
they need
While it was all raining and such outside, I think I got a little bit in my mouth and I wasn't even near the situation.
Yeah.
Like, that's how fucking...
hot sauce is what that turns into.
Yeah, like, I had that weird taste. It didn't taste like hot sauce to me because, like, I usually eat a little bit of spice. So, like, sometimes I'll put hot sauce on, like, my eggs.
You got a spicy flair to you. I get that.
Yeah. So, it didn't really affect me that much.
It would have me, because I'm very white.
Yeah. I'm very white, too, because I'm German, Italian, French, and Irish.
Italian, you already got me beat. I'm as white as they get. I don't know if the camera can even see me right now. I'm sure I'm translucent. It's like a floating microphone.
No, I think they could see you.
I appreciate that.
Because, like, you're wearing dark clothing, so...
Not because of me, but because of my clothes. That's a plug for the Drive clothing right there. They see me because of you. Sorry, I'm trying. Well, hey, man, thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it. Be careful roughing people up in tents, man. They don't like that. Tent fighting is never the way to fight because you can't slam a door.
It was pouring so hard to a point to where I got freezing cold, and I was fucked up drunk last night, and I was still control of myself because I had...
Proud of you, man.
I had 3 cups of wine.
Oh, you're a wine drinker. Fancy drinks.
A mixed drink, which was wine and vodka.
Wine and vodka. Do you call that a mixed drink? That's just mixing 2 drinks. That's not a mixed drink, though.
It is, because you're mixing 2 of the drinks.
You win. I can't argue that logic.
Then I had 3 shots of vodka.
Right.
And 1 White Claw beer.
Right. Do you say, okay, shots, or you say White Claw?
I said White Claw for one, but 3 shots of vodka.
They say 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, floor, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a specific example that I have personally not experienced, but I can totally put myself in those shoes and, you know, understand that many people would not feel comfortable in that situation.
So I'm really proud of myself that I didn't run away. And I
Yeah.
have my cell phone there and
Yeah.
so it was fun.
No, and I think you know, I'll add a little bit. I think there are groups within the CHOP community that are working towards, you know, educating people on how to de-escalate. You know, like we don't, in general as humans, we have no idea how to de-escalate. If you've seen some of the things happen, what happens when an altercation takes place? 15 people mob around the situation between two people, and it escalates. And what we need is people who are professionals. So if you and I are having an altercation, he can come in and maybe one other person and calm the situation down, and it's way more or less. It's
where there's more light and difference.
Yeah.
You can amplify the parts of even what you was describing, where somebody's feeling Black Lives Matter and a different side of things. I guarantee you, definitely enough there's commonalities there.
Sure. Yes, that was the other thing I was going to say is like, in not only in 2020, but specifically in this movement and in this situation, we are all, every single person and every single human involved is processing so many different emotions. My camera is pointing this way, by the way. I'm not filming you. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. You know, we're all processing so many different emotions and processing information and learning, like that it's extra hard right now to not get triggered and not to want to escalate. You know, if I see you say, if I'm walking down and I hear you say White Lives Matter, I go, whoa, what is this lady thinking? And my immediate response, and because I'm so passionate, my immediate knee-jerk response is I need to tell her what is up and probably get in her face. But then if you like take a deep breath, okay, let's find out why that person feels that way and have a conversation. You know, that's part of the problem with these things is we can't have the conversation that we're having right now through these devices. You know,
we decided to tell everybody to move operations closer to the precinct, keep everyone protected, and here, this is where we're protected by the First Amendment. We're protesting, exercising our rights here. Down in the field, I mean, it's mostly just camping at this point. And so,
what happened? Like, I know they put up no trespassing signs at like 2 o'clock. They were like, "No, we're not." That was technically going to be trespassing, but I mean, there's always been people camping. I mean, I know since I've lived here, like, there's always been people camping in that park. So I don't know if that's just them reposting what they already knew, or
yeah, I'm not sure if the city's going to enforce anything on the park or what's going to happen there. All I know is that we're moving operations closer to the precinct because this is where we're occupying. This is where we have the most leverage. Is here.
Yeah. What happens when they come? If they come back in force? That's like what everybody's wondering right now is because it's
if they come back. I'm hoping before things turn violent. Hopefully things don't turn violent. They show up out safely, and we have no choice but to retreat at that point. But we're here peacefully, and hopefully the city sees that. And as long as we stand our ground peacefully, the city still hasn't met our demands, so we're still here.
Yeah, I know. Good deal, man. Yeah, I know. Go take a nap or something. You gotta be tired. Every time we talk to you, you're more tired. Just like you're ready to just lay down, curl up on the barricade, and just get some hibachi. Yeah. How are people feeling about the civil suit? But we talked to a resident down here, and he's part of that. Civil suit that's going on right now. What are your thoughts?
I don't know the specifications of it, to be honest with you. But I was talking to some people who know more about it, and someone said, and kind of made me think about it was just maybe that's good that it's putting pressure on the city, and they're not going to. We've been screaming and shouting, and everybody knows why we're here already, and so it's almost like they kind of tuned out now. Like they know we're over here talking. They just kind of are ignoring us now, and so the people they will listen to are the residents and the business owners, and lawsuits against the city will get their attention.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, how this reflects on us, not sure, but in a way, I kind of see it as a good thing because hopefully it'll prompt the city to take action.
Yeah. And do you think that that'll be an excess? Like that'll help with the cleanup relief when this, when this changes, whatever structure it moves into? I don't want to say when this goes away, but when it comes down to like all the graffiti and everything.
Yeah. When this is over, we plan on helping clean up. Like when the city meets our demands and it's time to go home, we will clean this up. We talk to the people here a lot, and so when it comes down to it, when it's over, we will help clean the graffiti, all of our garbage and the barricades. We you can take my word for that. I will be here. I'll be here helping. Once our demands are met, I will help clean this place up, and I think a lot of people here will too, because we're just peacefully protesting until they meet our demands. So.
Yeah, and from what I've seen is everyone's, even on the marches, is always got somebody's always coming up on the backside, like cleaning up any garbage that's left behind, and garbage that was even there before the protest went through. So it's been pretty conscientious of that, which is great. So cool, man. Hey, any other questions for people? No, we're good. All right, cool, man. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, no problem.
What was your name, man? I still
Colby.
Colby. CJ.
CJ, nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're on Concrete Reporting.
Concrete Reporting.
Yeah, so if you get on there and check it out, we've been. I'm sure you've seen me every day. I'm sure you've seen my partner over here as well. So his very, very petite little girlfriend. I can't. We're all part of an androgynous family. We'll go that route. I'm making jokes. Whatever. Making jokes. But yeah, so what we got over here? This is the last stand. This is the hill right here. So we'll see what goes on. It is good observation, man. Yeah, that's a good connection to make. It's
we're all three of us are moderately in the same socioeconomic status. We have more access to, if we happen to deal with addiction, to have access to that. So to just piggyback on that situation, not only maybe someone has chosen a coping mechanism that they then makes them feel like they're normal or whatever that situation is, they also most likely don't have any sort of help. That maybe they're not in contact with their family anymore. The social services, they don't have insurance, so on and so forth. It's like, how do you? It is literally hard enough for someone like all three of us to get unaddicted to certain things. So imagine trying to do it with no help, no support system, no money. It's literally not possible. And the people that sit there and say, and have had a conversation with anyone who's ever been addicted or dealt with addiction, that just say, oh, they're giving their lives away, that's just totally inaccurate. So I totally appreciate your guys' time. If you want to watch this, Fox, nice to meet you. I'm probably the only person, if you search Brad Fox, that has a Black Lives Matter frame and a rooster on my head, so it's pretty easy to find. Yeah, absolutely. I've been wanting to get a residence, so I'm I honestly, I was getting ready to leave like an hour ago, and things have just transpired, and I keep having really good conversations. So, okay. So how long, what was the previous day before? Yeah, kind of basically after the major violence incidents? Okay, yeah, totally understandable. Yeah, I was a little, I'll be honest, I was a little worried coming out here, but I'll go back to, I personally have felt as safe here as I ever had. And I'm not trying to push, I'm not trying to push that narrative at all. Yeah.
One last thing.
Yeah.
That I learned in nursing school.
Uh-huh.
Right under the sun outpatient mental health is that you have a big problem and it costs you more. It costs you more than mentally ill and emergency department. It costs you more to take care of the depression caused by people in pain that is damaging your infrastructure. It costs more and does less not to have mental health outpatient treatment. And that's what we really do.
Yep. Yep. Either pay for it on the front end or pay for it on the back end, and it costs more to pay for it on the back end.
It costs more to get less.
Yeah.
Why do we do this?
I don't know. I wish we as humanity would figure it out sooner than later. I have more hope right now, but all right, you guys have a good rest of your Sunday. Take care. Yeah. Have a good rest of your day. All right, so that was just super organic. I did not expect to have that long of a conversation, but I think that was really important, you know, because they're residents here, and they shared that they have, you know, their feelings of safety have changed a little bit, but in the end, you know, we kind of clarified that the majority of them feeling less safe is from outside sources and not directly related, you know, not directly related to the movement per se. So, see, I'm going to try and scroll back through here. Yeah, I mean, I've learned so much about de-escalation in the past 3 weeks, and I'm still not relatively informed at all, but like I've learned a lot of things. I think it's super important. Like that should be a high school class for sure. So, you know, de-escalation, how to do taxes, how to do budget, stuff like that. So. All right, that is not me crying, although I did get emotional a little bit during that. That's still my left eye is like, left eye is not feeling great today, so I'm gonna probably rock some new, I think it's time for some new contacts. I feel like we're pretty good here, and it is, well, it's 11:05. I need to go pick up my donut order before it closes. Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know, maybe it's, I probably got some dog fur or something in there. I just need to eye drop it. Yeah, I'm gonna head and do some errands. I gotta pick up some donuts that I ordered, and I can't remember what time the event is that I was gonna cover, but I'll be live sometime pretty soon. Dust storm. Ooh, yeah, dust storm does not sound fun. I'll definitely take rain over a dust storm. But yeah, 10:05. Is it really 10:05? It is 10:05. Thank you for the Discord message that it's 10:05. I tried to do some updating on my devices last night, and I think my watch got all funky and maybe the time zone changed or something. So, also I can't read time unless it's digital. So, alright, I'm gonna go get a coffee and some donuts because I'm tired. Wait, did we fall? No, we didn't fall back. Don't try and confuse me. My brain is already at very low capacity. All right, yeah, so I'll be live at another event sometime soon, but hopefully we can clip some of the stuff that we got today, and I got all that coverage of Fox News and whatnot. I want to say the march that I'm going to cover is like 3 p.m., but I also probably will pop into the Starbucks rally